Most people drive through the Barrabool Hills and just see a postcard. Ceres, Victoria is very quiet, almost too peaceful. But about 10 minutes out of Geelong, there's a place that feels different. This is Stanbury. Back in the 70s and 80s, this wasn't just a farm. It was one of the top sheep studs in Australia. But on March 18, 1992, everything stopped. 3 members of the Wettenhall family were killed inside their home. No trial ever happened, no real confirmed motive, and even now, more than 30 years later, it still doesn't have a clear answer. To really understand this, you've got to understand Darcy Wettenhall. He was one of the big names in Corriedale sheep breeding in Australia. Stanbury wasn't just a farm, it was seriously world class for what it did. His sheep were exported overseas and his bloodlines were highly respected in the industry. The property had been in the family for decades. Darcy lived here with his son Guy, and an older family member Janet, who'd been part of the place for years. Around Geelong they were a well-known name, especially in wool and agricultural circles. But Darcy was also pretty private. Some people saw him as generous, someone who'd help out if you needed it. Others said he could be a bit intense at times too. Either way, there was always more going on behind the scenes than what most people saw. Then, in 1991, Wayne Gary Walton comes into the picture. He was 23, from Melbourne, and didn't have any farming background at all. Darcy met him at a homeless shelter in Melbourne, and instead of leaving things there, he brought him back to Stanbury, gave him a job, gave him somewhere to stay. From the outside, it probably looked like someone getting a second chance, but not everyone saw it that way, because Walton didn't just work there. He ended up getting pretty close to Darcy and the household. And in a place like this, people notice that sort of thing. Some people thought Darcy saw him like a son. Others believed the relationship may have been more complicated than that. There were even reports later suggesting it might have been a closer personal relationship. Whatever the truth was, it created tension inside the house, and it didn't just fade away. March 18, 1992. It was a quiet night out here, nothing unusual, but inside the house something went very wrong. At some point, Walton armed himself with a firearm. Multiple shots were fired. Darcy, Guy and Janet were all killed inside the home. When the news broke, it shocked the entire region. This wasn't something people expected from a place like this. And it wasn't just any family either. This was a well-known name in the local wool industry. Police moved fast, but Walton had already left the property in a stolen car. He didn't get far. Walton was caught the very next day, still driving the stolen car. Police also recovered items taken from the property. He was arrested on the spot and charged with 3 counts of murder. At that point, everyone expected answers to come out in court, but they never really did. He was held on remand in Melbourne while waiting for trial. Months went by, no confession, no trial evidence tested, no clear motive ever established in court. Then, in February 1993, while being held at Pentridge prison, he took his own life using a cable inside his cell. He died before the case ever went to trial. And just like that, the why disappeared with him. No trial, no confirmed reason, just theories that have never really been proven. If you want to understand the weight of all this, you can still follow it today. The story doesn't stay in one place, it spreads across Geelong. First stop, Highton Cemetery in Geelong. After what happened at Stanbury, the funerals were held privately in the Geelong region, away from cameras and headlines. Just close family and friends trying to process it all. Not long after that, Darcy, Guy and Janet were all laid to rest here. Darcy and Guy are buried side by side, and Janet is believed to be in a nearby family plot within the same cemetery. It's quiet, peaceful and calm. There's no big monument explaining what happened, just names in the ground. Most people would probably walk straight past without even realising. Nothing here tells the full story, just silence. Next, the National War Museum in Geelong. Inside, the tone changes completely. This is where it goes back to legacy. This is where you'll find Stanbury Jacko, a ram bred at Stanbury Stud, and one of the last real physical links to what the place once was. It's not just a display piece, it represents the peak of what Darcy built here, before everything changed. Final stop, the Geelong Showgrounds. This is where the wool industry in the region all got together in public. Sheep were judged here, reputations were built here, names were made here. Stanbury would have been part of that same world. There's no big monument here either. But if you go into the admin office area, there's a small memorial plaque on the wall dedicated to the three of them, along with references in historical records tied to the wool and agricultural shows of that era. It's not put on display like a tourist thing. It's quietly there in the background of how the place is run, like a reminder that this was all part of something bigger. When you follow all three places, it changes how you see the whole story. It stops feeling like something that happened in 1992 and starts feeling like something that's still sitting in the background of the region. A family that built something over decades, a business that was known far beyond here, and a night that broke it all apart. What's left now isn't answers, it's just places, and the weight those places still carry. If you remember this case or you've got your own thoughts on what happened at Stanbury, drop them in the comments. Please also consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.